Alrighty, folks. Pooch is out in the shop on this fine Friday evening. And dang it, I gotta do a little more PMing. Preventative maintenance. It's supposed to start raining later tonight, and I hope it does. Little cool, not too bad, but in the midst of Pooch out here messing around, he's done realize that his old Tundra had a headlight out. And man, am I glad I saw that, because you know what a out headlight will do to you? It'll get you yanked by the police. Pooch don't like getting yanked over for no reason, unless he's doing something like speeding, driving reckless, racing, power braking, you know, that kind of stuff. Pooch don't drive reckless, but he's prone to put her to the floor if somebody wants to test him in his good old TRD Tundra, because it's 5.7 to run, and I've had her up against some good ones a few times. Now, once the warranty ran out on this thing, I had her tuned, and I tuned her. I released the rev limiter and all that good stuff. And I have hung with many vehicles on the highway. 5.7, throw it in sport mode, this baby will get after it. But anyway, back to what I was doing. Dadgum headlights out. So I gotta fix that. And it happened to be the low beam that was out. But you know, on these type of trucks, the best way to do it is to pull that whole assembly. So I've done gone to the auto parts store. I have bought all new lights. That means all new high beams, all new low beams. And granted, this ain't your old style. Each lamp is its own bulb. High beam, low beam. Running light, marker light. So, of course, since I gotta replace it, I'm gonna take it whole. I have to take the whole assembly out to get all the bulbs out of there. Put all new bulbs in. But I'm not just doing that one. I'm gonna do the driver's side too, because might as well. With one goes out, might as well replace them all. And I can tell you, I've replaced the high beam on this one, or no, I've replaced the low beam on this one once before since I've owned this truck. 2010 Tundra, one light. Ain't ever replaced another. So I'm just gonna replace them all, be done with it. And while I'm at it, and this is something you folks might ought to look into, replace them wiper blades. Pooch is gonna replace both wiper blades on this thing because it's supposed to start raining. Pooch is liable to have to drive at night, and so I'm just gonna replace them. I got one, both of them like to and leave a big old streak where it ain't even touching it. And I was looking at them before I replace them. I'll show you, but that old rubber is about to pull off there. So anyway, let Pooch get his tools out, and let's get to removing these headlamp assemblies so I can get some new bulbs in them. Yes, sir? Now, before I get into this too far, I already know, I think the last time I replaced the bulb, I think I just stuck my arm in there and managed to get the bulb out and replace it, which it was the low beam. But being I'm going to replace both, I'm going to have to move some stuff. But first I got to get a pinch between my cheek and gum. Some of that calm down, you know? Yes, sir? That'll take the edge off, keep me from firing a tool across the shop. But anyway, I know I'm going to have to loosen this thing up here and get it set back. I'm going to have to undo some bolts on here Now I've never gone as far as taking the headlight assembly out, so that's gonna be new to Pooch. But let me get set up here. I got my wrench out, and we'll see here. That is a, let's see, what size millimeter is that? Is that a 12? That's a 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter for a Toyota Tundra. Anyway, let me get after it. Yes, sir. Yeah, I gotta get these 3 bolts out of here. One's there in the back. This is, oh, you know what though? I may not need to do that actually. Let me rethink this a little bit, because I don't think I need to do that. But I do know I'm gonna have to undo this one. So I might as well get after it. Undo that one. Or to get out my air tools or my battery power tools. But you know, Pooch is kind of old school. He likes to use his good old sockets and socket wrenches and extensions and all that stuff. I was wondering the other day, because I was working on something. Actually, it was the day before yesterday. And I got to thinking, man, my fingers feel like I've cut the crap out of them. And I was looking at them, and I sure had. I'd cut the crap out of them. And, you know, all from working, doing this kind of stuff. All right, I got those top 2 off, and I know those are a booger. And again, like I told you, I've never taken this thing off, so I'm about to be learning something new here too. But I do know I got those 2 off. I'm gonna set my screw. Set your screws somewhere where you know where you put them, because you'll be wanting them here pretty quick. Okay. Let's see here what we got here. I don't want to break nothing either. Now I will be replacing these headlamps soon, but okay. I got the other part. Let me take a look here. It's always good to have a good light too, a good LED light. Alrighty. I don't know if there's anything else in there, but I know I'm probably, something's gonna have to come off right here, it looks like. Let's see what it does, this right here. Ah, yeah. Push pin. Push pin on that. You know those little body clips? That's what that was. Look at there. Oops. Well, I hope I didn't lose that thing. I do have some more, but okay, I got them both. Now, if you folks have never messed with push clips, body clips, I'm gonna put this thing right back up there. Now, I don't know how many, I really don't know how many do-it-yourselfers we have in here, but Pooch likes to do stuff himself. But body clips, you know, those little black-looking pin things you see in your cars. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Those things right there. But what you normally do is you pop them out, and most of the time they'll come right out. Now, I have a couple different tools for that, and I got a whole box of these things because I've replaced many of them before, but it's almost like a screwdriver, but it's a mini pry bar. You pry them up and get them out of the way, and you tap your new one in when you're through. So anyway, we got those out. Don't lose them either, although I could lose them because I got more of them. All right, we'll set that right there. I know that's undone. Let's see what else we got here. Probably gonna have to do a little more prying somewhere. Now, I don't have a big fancy nylon type pry bar, which is pretty much what, oh, yep, see, I got it. But you need a knot, you really should, if you're worried about your paint, Uh-oh, yeah. I broke part of it. But if you're worried about your paint, you need to get a nylon pry bar, which I don't have, but that thing works pretty good. But I had to pull this little piece off right here, which is below this headlamp assembly. I'll show it to you later. I wonder if I could, of course not. Probably can't replace that thing, but at least one of them's holding it on. Dang it. Oh well. Anyway, there we go. A little body part off right there. I'm gonna move you around over this way where you can really see what Pooch is doing. And we'll get you right in here with me. Yes, sir. That was the piece I took off. That little piece right there. Of course, I had to pry it right there, and I broke one of the tabs off here, if y'all can see that. I broke that little tab off. You can see how it's got a little notched. Each side's got a little notch on it, but Pooch done broke it off, and that's where I pulled those two little push tabs off. Thunder racing. But, alright. I got that apart. Let's see what else I gotta do here. It looks like there's gonna be one right here. Let's get that thing out of there. I don't want to break that. Ooh, that's a good pop too right there. Now I do plan on replacing these lenses here pretty soon. That's something I do want to do. I'm going to put some new clear ones on it. Probably some of them lights that like to blind everybody. If I'm going to get blind, you know, ain't no sense in somebody else getting blinded either. Nobody has respect these days. All right, let's see what we got to do next right here. I'm going to set that right there. Don't lose your nuts and bolts. I'm going to put that one right there. Let's see what we got to do here. Okay, we got that. Oh, there we go. Pull that up, pull that out. What was that? That sounded like something crazy right there. Okay, let's see what we got to do here. Look at there. You see how I pulled that thing apart? I could see all my light bulbs and attachments and all that good stuff right here. Boy, that baby's... Now, I've never touched this stuff, so this is all kind of new to Pooch. Pretty obvious, self-explanatory, but being that she's never done it before, I wonder what that was that fell. That's what I need to find. All right, well, let Pooch take a gander at what he's got going on right here, and I'll get you back in here and let you see for yourself. Yes, sir. Let Pooch show you the lights that he's gotten. Now he's got, like I told you earlier, you got a high beam and a low beam. You got two different bulbs on this thing. You got a H11, and then you got a 9005. Now these are Sylvania extra visions. Now I didn't really go with those bright lights that would blind somebody. These are a step above the factory lights that come in here. They may be a little brighter. They did say they kind of dim or aim down more at the road. Now granted, this truck's got adjustable headlamps. If I'm pulling a heavy trailer and my truck's kind of squatted down in the back, I can adjust my headlights from inside to where they turn down towards the road a little bit. And I've used them many times. Now I know these lights are bright because many times have I been driving and I've had people flashing their lights at me like, turn those damn things down, because I've had them adjusted up after hauling something heavy where they were shining right in their face. And then I thought, dang it, I'm not even on high beams. So I adjusted them back down to where they see downward on the road. And they do extend pretty far. But anyway, let's see if we can get these out and put them in there. And we'll, maybe we'll be able to see again. But I'm gonna have to do that other side too here directly. So y'all stick around, we'll get her done. Yes, sir? Alrighty, now we gotta figure out, let's see if I can get one of these out of there. I think I've got y'all lined up pretty good. I gotta twist this one out of there. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's see if I can draw this out a little bit. Huh, okay. All right, this one's gonna be, you gotta squeeze that, pull it out. I think this is a H11. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, looks like an H11. So I'm gonna need the H11 bulb. What did I do with my new bulbs? I got them right here. Let's pop one of these out of this new case right here. We'll get that out, H11. Yeah, nuts. Might have to break out the pocket knife. Get that baby out of there. I'm gonna use them both, so I ain't gonna be trying to save the package. H11. All right, we got that one. Let's get that baby plugged in. Let's get the new one plugged in here. Sucker better fit, that's all I gotta say. Well, that's kind of, something ain't quite right here. Uh-oh, what's that with that? Did I get the right one out? I don't think I did. Maybe I didn't get the right one. Oh, no, I didn't. Dadgummit. My bad. I got the wrong one out of there. I'm gonna set these right up here. I'm gonna set that one right there. Let me get that other package. I'll use that other one here in a second though. Sure will. I'll be putting it on the other side. So 9,005. Okay. Let's get this one out and see what happens. All right, let's see what we got here. Put that baby in there. This ought to be the right one. Oh yeah. Put it in. Pop it in. Get that baby lined back up. Let's get her in. Make sure she's flush. Twist. Not quite. There we go. I think that's it. You want to make sure you get it good and sealed because you don't want no moisture getting in there. That'll mess up your new bulbs real quick. Okay, that felt like it went in better. Twist. There we go. That one's in. All right, now let's go to the other one. Twist out. Pull out. Now one of these was still working, so got to pull that tab, pull it out. Got it out. There we go. Now let's take the other one. Now folks, just a little heads up. Keep your hands off them bulbs. The oil from your fingers will supposedly cause them bulbs to blow out quicker. burn out quicker. All right, I got that one shoved in. That's the high beam, actually. Let me drop that in there. Make sure I get her good and level. I think I did. Twist it into place. All right, I got 2 new bulbs in there. Let's take a look and see if they work before I put it all back together. All right, the big moment of truth. Y'all let me know if it's on or off. That way I ain't gotta go back and forth. Okay, lights are on. That one looks like she's working. All right, let's get the next one. High beam. Oh yeah, that looks like she's working. Yes, sir? Now, like I told you, now I gotta put this thing back together. So let's see what kind of chore that's gonna be. Shouldn't be too bad, but both headlamps are working. So let's get her back together now. And it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm gonna make sure I got everything out of the way. And it really wasn't that hard taking this thing apart. So let's slide her back into place up there. Okay, that felt like it went pretty good. This thing right here has got to go up over that. I think this actually slides in there a little bit. Felt like it did right there. That looks like it's in place. Okay. Everything feels and looks pretty good. Now remember, I told you don't lose your bolts. Let's get this one right here. Put it back in. I didn't change nothing, so I shouldn't have to realign anything. And screw that back into place. Hopefully she's going in. Yeah, that one's back in there. Just give it a good snug. I'll lay the other 2 over here. Pop these back in. Okay, that one went right there. I'm gonna put that on there. Get in there. Yeah, I think I'll be ordering me some new lenses here pretty soon. I've cleaned these many a times, but you know, they're a little beyond cleaning. They're about shot. Maybe I'll clean them up one more time with you while we're at it. 'Cause this is a pretty quick and easy job actually. But if you're like me and you're gonna do one bulb and you're gonna take this thing out, you might as well replace them both. Now, I'll save those other ones for just in case. No, probably not. I'll never get to them again. I'll just replace them all again next time. I actually had one bulb from the previous time I changed them, or changed that one, but I'm gonna go ahead and put all new ones in there. Be done with it until I take it out and put a new lens in her. Now you know it'd be a lot quicker. Pooch just uses air tools or his little battery powered and done. Okay, that's there. Everything looks pretty good. Alright. Let's get those 2 little body filter tabs put in there. What did Pooch do with his other piece? There it is. Alright, now we gotta pop this back in place. The 2 little holes should line up. Can't believe I broke that one, dang it. Kind of chaps my eye a little bit. And these should just pop right back into place. Let's see. There's one. I'm not going to pop those center things in until I get them in there. Like I said, Pooch has got a whole bunch of these in a little box over there. Take that one. Pop that in there. Take that one. Pop it in there. Then he's going to take his screwdriver, whatever he did with that. There it is. I'm going to take it and it's going to pop it into place. Didn't quite go as far as I wanted it to, but let's see. Yeah, that got it. Everything looks good. Alrighty, there you go, folks. She's back together. Now I'm going to get to the other side real quick like. Yes, sir? Alright. Let's get to this driver's side real quick. Now what I'm going to do next is put some new blades on here because these things are shot. Now mind you, on the Tundras, you got a 26-inch blade on the driver's side and a 22-inch blade on the passenger side. Now these things fold straight up, but let's see if we can get this baby out of here real quick. Because it might be, let's see what we got to do to get this out of here. I think there, oh heck yeah, that one came right off. Now let me show you real quick if I can. But you see how that, I don't know if y'all can see it, but look how that rubber's coming right apart on there. That's what gives you bad wipes. And you hear that, but yeah, anyway, there's that side. Let me grab my new one. Let's see here. And what I'm putting on there is RainX Expert Fit. I don't know about all that, but RainX, maybe that'll help keep the raindrops off. Now I'll probably treat my windshield, which I know I will. I'm gonna treat it to keep, let that water bead right off and go over the top. But let's see here. Let's see what we gotta do. This baby ought to fit right up into place here somehow, some way. I'm hoping so. Let's see what it is gonna do. We'll get a gander and see what we got working with. There we go. Well, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's get to the other side. And we'll raise this baby up over here. This one's in really bad shape. All right, let's see what we got to do to get her off. Ooh, yeah. I don't know if y'all can see that, but look at that thing. She was coming apart big time. She sure was. All right, let's get this one out. I better not have the trouble that I did with that one. All right, let's see here. Put it on there. I think that was it. How easy was that? Now see how they're folded, curved inward? That means it should hug that windshield really good. But man, look at this thing. This thing was really coming apart. You would think you could flip them around and use the other side. I don't know, but looks like you should be able to. Does that got it on? Yeah, that's got it on that side too. All right, well, we got our new windshield wiper blades on. I think I'm going to clean the window real quick and add some RainX to her. Give her that added extra slickness. Let that water bead and repel right off the top. So let me get after it. Now we'll let that clean window dry for a minute, and I'm gonna get some RainX. RainX spray on, just like them wiper blades actually. Hopefully that'll make a difference for Pooch. Not only is he gonna have new wiper blades, but I'm gonna put a coating of RainX on that windshield, that clean windshield, and that water should just bead up and flow right over the top. At least that's what I'm hoping. Yes, sir. But let me get that RainX out. Let that window dry a few secs. Let's spray her on and get her wiped off. Let's get it. Now what I'm gonna be applying next, RainX. RainX glass water repellent. Now it says to spray it on a wipe. Wipe it on thoroughly. Cover the whole windshield. Let it dry to a haze, and then wipe and buff it out. But let's get spraying and get her done. Yes, sir. All right, we got clean cloth right here. Let's get her going. I haven't used this in a while. Yep, it's on spray, so I'm gonna get this rag good and coated. It's hard to believe that a little bit go a long way, but I'm gonna soak this rag real good. Make sure I get some good coverage. Let's see here. Side to side, all the way across. I'll probably add some more to it actually. Yeah, I know I will. I'm gonna go crossways and what they call horizontal and vertical. And I am gonna spray some more on there just to make sure it gets a good coverage. Then it says let it dry to a haze. Yep. Get her on there nice and even. Okay, I gotta get to the other side. Fold my cloth over. Let's get to the other side. Get over here. And again, I'm gonna add more to her. Anything helps, actually. Just having good wiper blades helps a whole lot. All right, let's get her on here. Get her up and down all around. I know I'm crossing over the middle there a little bit. I'm gonna go up and down. I'll give it another coat, and I'll go vertical. I'd rather have too much than too little, if you know what I mean. Let's spray her again. There we go. Let's go vertical. Get her nice in coverage. And we'll let her dry for a few minutes, and then I'll get a fresh, clean cloth again, and we will wipe it off, or buff it off as clean as possible. While I'm at it, I know these are RainX windshields, wiper blades, but I'm gonna add a little layer to it while this dries. That way everything's got a little RainX on it. You can take WD-40 and wipe on your windshield wiper blades too, and that helps a lot. But anyway, folks, let's let her haze, dry to a haze, and then get to wiping her off. Yes, sir? Well, alrighty. Well, I think she's dried to a good enough haze for Pooch. And I need to get this wiped off. So I'm gonna get to wiping. I'm sure it's gonna leave a little bit of a film, because what else is gonna help that water repel? And I'm gonna go up and down strokes like I did when I was applying it. And then I'm gonna go crossways. I can still see it in it, but I think that's okay. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go on a circular. That way we make sure I got some good coverage. This ought to be good. Let's get to the other side. Turn my cloth over. I know that windshield looks cleaner anyway. Okay, up and down. And I'm gonna do the same thing going in a circular. I can tell it's got a coating on it, so that ought to be good. Yeah. Let me get one more fold here. Turn her on the inside real quick. I see a couple of smudges. Yeah. But there you go. Ought to have a slick windshield, and that water ought to repel. It should. Yes, sir. Well, there you go. I got my windshield wipers replaced, and I got my headlights replaced on both sides, drivers and passenger. But I think I'll do one more thing here in a few. I think I'll see if I can't clean them lenses up on those headlamps. Give them a little bit of a clean and see if that'll help Pooch see a little better on the road too. But anyway, let me get set up for that next step and we'll get after it. Yes, sir? Well, I told you we'd do one more little bit of maintenance, and we're gonna give it a shot. I said I needed to clean up these headlights a little bit. Y'all know, all those headlights get a little hazy and dim, crazy looking. So I'm not ready to replace them yet, but I'm gonna try a little trick on them and see. I'll bring you in and show you. Yes, sir? Now first things first, let's clean this hazy, nasty looking headlamp right there. I got my paper towels and my window cleaner, so let's give her a good cleaning real quick. Now I was pricing the price of these things. Now I'm not gonna do what most people do. They get their drill buffer out and they buff it, because whatever I do and whatever you do, it's only temporary. It ain't gonna last that long, but we're gonna give it a shot. And I'm not gonna put a lot of money into I'm not gonna spend 30 bucks or more for a headlight cleaner and what do they call it? Revitalize it, or I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather put that money towards the new headlamp lenses. So we'll let that dry a little bit and then we'll go to the next step. Yes, sir? Now what I'm about to use for this right here is a little SOS pad and some water. We're gonna give this a shot. I'm not gonna scrub the crap out of it, but I am gonna lightly give it a little light buffing. I ain't too worried about the paint on this truck, so it looks pretty good, but I'm not that worried about it. Just gonna give it a little bit of circular motions, you know, see if I can't buff off a little bit of that discolored plastic. Go a little bit of both ways. And again, I'm not putting a lot of weight on it. I'm just giving it a little light scuffing. And of course, I'll have to clean it again. But that ought to do it. I can tell that it's kind of turned to a yellow tint, so we'll see how it looks here in a second. Gonna have to clean it off again. Let's wipe this sucker down real quick. And then I'll have to clean it again, of course. Get all that off there too. That's just a regular old SOS pad. That one's done. There you go. All right, next thing I'm gonna need to do is clean her again. Let me get some more towels in my glass cleaner. All righty, give it another cleaning. Couple fresh towels. Oops. Well, it looks like it might have did a little bit of good. Yeah, it did a little bit of good, but that's not my final step. Yeah, that did a little bit of good. But again, I got one more step. Now my next step's gonna be some good old WD-40 and a Mr. Clean eraser. I know you folks have used or have or seen these things. A Mr. Clean eraser and WD-40. I'm not going to spray the WD-40 right on there. I'm going to spray it onto the Mr. Clean. Alright, I'm just going to rub this on there too and give it a little bit of scrubbing. Now folks, I don't know if this has been done before. I've done all kinds of different methods with this, but I figured, hey, I can get a little bit of stuff on that Mr. Clean eraser. But I think it did a little bit of good. Tell me folks, what do you think? Did it do any good or not? I don't see the dingy yellow as bad. I mean, it's still there, but it's not as bad. Yeah. I think it might have helped a little bit. I'm gonna take my rag that I had the window cleaner on it. I'm just gonna give it another wipe. I don't know that I want to keep that WD-40 on there, but all right, there you go. What do you think, folks? Is it better? Any better? Or can you even tell? I don't know, but I'm gonna do the other side too, so let me get after it. Ain't no sense in showing it twice. Let me get the other side real quick. Well, there's the second one, folks. That looks pretty good. And we'll move over here and take a gander at this other one. The first one I did. I think it looks pretty good. What do you folks think? Well, there you go, folks. A little easy maintenance on the old Toyota Tundra. We put new headlamps in on both sides, low and high beam. Put new windshield wiper blades on the windshield, front windshield. We cleaned and we added RainX protection on the windshield to help that water repel and slide off and make them wipers, new wiper blades, flow a little smoother. And then we came back and we cleaned up these dingy headlamps a little bit. Now, I don't know how well it cleaned them up, but I think it did a little better than what they were. So, and like I said, the best replacement or the best fix for dirty headlamps is replacement, which I'll do sooner or later. Just didn't want to do it yet. But anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this little quick video. Pooch tried to help those that may not know how, or show folks that they can do it. And anybody can do it, not too hard. Anyway, till we see you again, everybody remember, everybody needs a friend named Pooch. They call me Pooch. Yes, sir. Now we gotta get ready to watch some Longhorns beat Georgia here in a bit. Hook 'em horns.